What's up YouTube? Dougie Chong here. Welcome to today's episode where I'll be reviewing one of the hottest stocks on the market right now, Zoom stock. Not to be confused with the ticker symbol ZOOM, I will be reviewing the stock ZM. That is for Zoom Video Communications, not Zoom Technologies. This is an important thing to distinguish. A lot of people have actually been getting the two stocks confused and making a pretty bankrupt company go way up in stock price. And I don't really blame you. When the company is named Zoom, their main product is called Zoom, I would expect the ticker symbol to also be Zoom. Before I continue the video, let me add that at the end of the video, I will be giving an update on my simulated portfolio. So if you want to see the trades I made today, stick around for that. And if you don't mind hitting that like button, it really helps with the YouTube algorithm. So now back to the company Zoom. What exactly does this company do and why are they such a hot company? To put it simply, Zoom makes video conferencing technology, but they make it easy. The company was founded in the year 2011 by some Chinese billionaire, and now their company is over 2,000 large. Their motivation to make this product was that all other competitors were pretty bad at the time. If you ever used Cisco's WebEx or things like Skype for Business, they would always drop calls or not be able to hear the other line, can't detect your microphone. There's just a whole lot of problems with simple video conferencing. The very first job I had, we used Cisco WebEx, and it's just a horrible experience. The first thing you have to do is kind of download this thing, and then it takes a while to download, and then after it downloads, you have to open it. It's just a lot of work. Compare that to Zoom, where you do have to download something as well, but it's fairly quick, fairly easy, and it detected all my microphones easily. I have not had a negative experience with Zoom yet. Granted, I've only used it a few times. The UI was also very easy to understand. It was easy to see where you can click on participants, where you can mute, where you can change which microphone to use, which headset to use. Whereas with Microsoft Teams, it's very difficult. I consider myself a fairly tech-savvy person, and it was not exactly obvious how to use all the features to me. For example, to switch microphones in Microsoft Teams, you have to go to settings and then kind of look at which one you want. And then most times after you do that, you have to restart Teams before it can take effect. Sometimes you have to restart your whole computer. So now let's look at the business model of Zoom. They have a free tier, a small to medium business tier, and then a premium tier. It's pretty standard. They get a lot of their users from the free tier, and then they make a lot of their money from the premium tier. So now we know the product, we know their business model, how they have different tiers to make money. But the question is, what's new? Video conferencing has been around for some time now. What makes Zoom different from its competitors? The biggest advantage that Zoom has is that they cared a lot about the performance of their product. It is a very snappy experience, and that is the biggest gripe that customers had with video conferencing. That it's either very slow, laggy, or low quality. Certainly the fact that Zoom was released much later helped because internet bandwidth has increased a lot recently and things like camera quality are much higher than it used to be. This makes the video conferencing experience a lot better overall. Furthermore, people are using computers to do their work more than ever before. In the old days, there might be a lot of jobs, maybe experimenters, that would not use a computer at all. They'd kind of write things down on pen and paper. But now almost everyone uses a computer and almost everyone can do a video conference call. There's no more need to have real in-person meetings. And of course, the whole global situation that's going on really helped push remote workers. There was an article I read before that really got me interested in Zoom stock. This article was of an employee, I forget who it was exactly, but they said their main mission was to go after those big client meetings. I always thought of Zoom as kind of replacing small, maybe team meetings, but what Zoom was trying to do was replace the big handshake deal meetings. In my experience with business, those 100,000, $500,000, million, or even multi-million dollar deals had to be done in person. You had to fly there, meet the other CEO or executive, and handshake to get a deal done. But Zoom was trying to convince these big companies that you could do it all from your own office. The CEO would do this by trying to sell their own product to big companies using Zoom. So the CEO would not fly to the big company and have an in-person meeting, would just try to convince them over video conferencing. And if they did not buy his product at the end of the meeting, then his product has failed. So I was trying to find the exact article I read that said that. I couldn't find it, so it might not have been the CEO that was doing all the selling. It might have been like a sales rep. But an interesting thing I found out in my research is that the CEO and founder actually used to work on the WebEx platform at Cisco before. I think he worked there for about 4 years, and he firsthand found all the problems that customers were having. Alright, so now that we know the company, the product, where they're roughly headed in the future, let's see if the stock is a buy. Zoom stock currently trades at a price of $146.12. It's important to note that Zoom stock has not been on the market for very long. It IPO'd in about April of last year at $62. I remember when Zoom first IPO'd, everyone was like, wow, Zoom, this is the future of video conferencing. The stock absolutely took off. It went from 60 to like over 100 really quickly. But then it started to go down. I don't exactly know what caused this downtrend. I thought it was just gonna keep going up. I definitely missed out on that one, but I thought it was too risky at the time. Even looking at the valuation right now, its PE ratio is about 1,700, which is crazy because the average company is only about 20. So if you're buying Zoom stock, you're really counting on some exponential growth. And that can definitely happen with the way remote work is really picking up. So while I really like their product, you heard me talk about it, I like where the company is going, where things are trending with video conferencing, and I like how their CEO does their business. It's just not a buy for me. That's mostly because I see other plays in the market right now, and I like to buy stocks when they're coming down and when they're trading at a discount. Zoom is kind of just taking off. Everyone else sees the trend of video conferencing, and so there's not much value to be had. Zoom stock would have to come back under $100, and then I would buy it as a more long-term play. But that's just my opinion. I'm not a legal financial advisor. This is not legal financial advice. Please don't sue me. Do your own research. As promised, I'll end with an update on my simulated stock trading portfolio. For those of you that don't know, this portfolio started with about $100,000, and it was started pretty much right before the big crash. Alright, so from my last update video, I had sold some Carnival Cruise stock for about $16, and today I was able to buy it back 100 shares at $12. It was actually pretty hard to get this trade to go through. Shortly after I put it through, trading for Carnival Cruise stock got halted. Not exactly sure why, but I think it's because there was either too many trades or it started shooting up way too fast. I'll show you a trade I tried to get through. I put an order at $10.98 at about 9:35, but it just shot up way too quickly for that order to fill. Now looking at my entire simulated portfolio, you can see that it sits a little under $90,000, and this really is not that bad considering the portfolio started at the top of one of the biggest crashes in stock market history. That's it for this video, guys. Hope you learned a lot about Zoom stock. Let me know what you think about it in the comments below. Leave a like if this video helped you at all, and subscribe if you have not already. Have yourself a wonderful Tuesday, and see you in the next video.